You're welcome to the third series of organic chemistry. The first series was alkanes, and the second series alkene, and now this should be alkyne. Example of alkyne is ethyne. So I told you that last time that if you have alkyne as a family of organic chemistry and the functional group is triple bond, so in between two carbon you should have a triple bond. So in terms of drawing a structure like ethyne, you should note the general formula. The general formula for alkyne is CnH2n. Remember, the one for alkene is CnH2n plus 2. Alkene is CnH2n. Then alkyne will be CnH2n minus 2. Which is the general formula. So if you're asked to draw a structure like, let's say, okay, ethyne. Now ethyne actually would be, remember I told you that you should always check for the number of carbon, always note number of carbon. So if it is eth, meaning that number of carbon is 2. So since number of carbon it is, so number of carbon n is 2. So you put it in your general formula, say NH2n minus 2. It will be C2H2n here is 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 is 2, CnH2. So I told you that in between the two carbon there should always be a triple bond. Then you fix in the hydrogen here, 1, 2. Once this is established, you will always have a balance. The hydrogen will always balance themselves once these two C's are established. And always note that our main aim is about carbon, like I explained in the previous video. Carbon should have 4 strokes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these represent two electrons, and which makes carbon to have 8 electrons in its outermost shell, which is now balanced. So let's draw the last example I will give is, okay, let's say pentine. So pentine, I told you pent, you check the number of carbon. The pent is 5, so here we'll be having, this is 5, so pent means number of carbon is 5, so n is 5. So we'll put our general formula, CnH2n minus 2 is C5H2 5 minus 2. This is C5H10 minus 2 is C5H8. Let's try to now draw the structure. C5, we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. So in between the two carbon, let's have a triple bond here. Now let's now try to fix in the number of hydrogen. You see it automatically to arrive at 8. So our point is that what we are fixing, each carbon should have 4 strokes. This is 3 already, so we just need 1 here. 1 hydrogen. This is 1, so 3, 4. This is balance. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you count, let's count it together now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I counted it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you just see to match in exactly with C5H8. So now one thing I want to introduce, like the one I did for alkene. Now this is actually pent 1-ine, because this double bond where it is being placed is so let's try to draw the condensed structure for this. This is CH triple bond, just one H. This is C, nothing there. This is CH212. This is CH212. This is CH3. So now this is actually pent 1-ine. Now note, in between a letter and an alpha, and a letter and a number, you put a stroke. When we start naming organic compound, like something 1, 2, so something like this. So in between two numbers, you put a comma. In between letter and number, you put this dash here. Take note of that. And then, so this is pent 1, and depending on where the triple bond is placed, located actually in the first carbon. So let's place it somewhere here. If we have to place it somewhere here, if this triple bond should be here, it will be pent 2-ine. Then if it should be here, 1, 2, okay, we only have pent 1-ine and pent 2-ine. So that is what I want you to take note of. So I want you to try both 1 iron yourself, put one iron yourself. So try this. And then also another thing is that this structure, you can see we have two CH, so you can rewrite this. You can rewrite this as CH2, put it in a bracket, and then you put 2CH3 to show that these two, they are the same, put in a bracket. So this is actually the condensed structure for this. Maybe in the next video, after the alcohol video, we will actually talk on how to draw skeletal structures like something like this. Skeletal structures like this, how to name skeletal structures, things like this. So we'll actually do that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.